I know, it's been a long time since my last rant, and I'm sure all of you have been hanging out for the next installment of what the hell is going on in my head. So I'm going to explain it to you. G'day ladies and gentlemen, it's your bad mate Yorick, and yes, I have just assumed your genders as per usual. And yes, it has been a while since we've had a good long chat about anything, and really the reasons for that is I didn't want to get all high and mighty about some of the stuff that's been going on. I didn't want to get in the way of what's been happening because, you know, with 4.5 subscribers, that amount of influence can change the entire narrative on any given topic on any day. So I chose to sit out when we were having bushfires. I chose to sit out about the American electoral race and with creepy Uncle Joe, and how the Americans are continually finding any excuse to have a crack at President Trump. As I keep saying, he will be the most maligned president in history. And why am I back? Well, because of COVID-19, basically. But not that I have anything to say on what has been done, whether it be in Australia or anywhere overseas. I think we've all experienced some massive inconveniences, and some people have been genuinely sent to the wall because of it. But I'm here to do my bit. You know, it's very easy, if you follow anything on social media at the moment, there is a lot of anti-Chinese sentiment, which is all well and good, but it begs the question, what's going to happen when all this is over? What's going to happen when things resemble some sort of normality? Even if that normality is social distancing and restaurants operating at 50% capacity, and I don't know how we're going to get commercial airlines back in the air viably, at least. And unfortunately I can't do anything about it. A lot of us can't do anything about it. But I think what would be the greatest shame is that we as a country, that Australia does not learn its lesson about being economically hog-tied to one nation. Forget the fact that it's a despotic, totalitarian regime. We're still tied at the hip to one regime. You know, even if it was the most pluralistic, democratic, open regime and economy the world had ever seen. No, even if it was the Americans. So what are we going to do as a nation? What are you going to do as an individual? Because I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm putting my money and my name where my mouth is. I have gone out and found that there are still people who make stuff in Australia from the materials that we produce. So I've been working for the last 4 months or so on this. We're building an online store, we're prototyping product, we've come up with an idea and a concept, and it is all Australian made. And we have to start small. You know, I would love to be a Bill Gates or an Elon Musk and start a car company and start building machinery in this country again, but unfortunately I don't. The best I could do is make some t-shirts and hoodies and make a couple of shekels off that. But think about it this way. Whenever we buy stuff from overseas, we've done so simply because we could get it cheaper. We've never purchased with any sort of conscience. You've never thought for 1 minute, hold on a second, the person that's producing this for me on slave wages is actually preventing someone from here having a job. And not only have they prevented that manufacturing job from existing, there are the management jobs. There are the people in the packaging plants that don't have jobs anymore. So there has been a massive, massive knock-on effect in this country. So I'm putting the challenge to you all, and here's the website. It will go live within the next week, week and a half. Join the Facebook page, and maybe together we can save the Australian economy, starting with the shirts on our backs. It's not a big deal. It's really just a gesture. I mean, how many of these things could I possibly move? But just remember, every time you're buying a shirt with my name on it, someone here sewed that shirt up. Someone here put the decoration on it. Someone here dyed that material. Well, not in the case of the white ones, but in the black case of the black ones at least, it was dyed here. That's real jobs and real people that we're not paying unemployment benefits to. So I honestly believe once this thing gets up and running, it is going to be every Australian's patriotic duty to buy at least one of our shirts or our hoodies, even, because they're made here as well. You know, there were ads on TV when I was a kid. There was a company called Holeproof. I don't even know if they're still around, but they used to make socks in Australia, and their ad was, the basic premise of the ad was that if every Australian adult, this was back then in the late 80s, early 90s, if every Australian adult bought one pair of Holeproof socks, then we could pay off the national debt. And obviously our national debt back then was a lot less than it is now. And I'm not going to make any such claims. But by spending your money on the little things that are made here, as an economy we should be able to build ourselves back up so we can make the big things again, so we can make the things that we as a nation were really proud of. And I think it's a damn shame we lost our automotive industry, our automotive manufacturers. We were one of less than 20 countries on the planet that had the capability of starting with a blank sheet of paper and an idea in someone's head and turn that into a fully functioning motor vehicle. You know, that's a damn shame. And it hasn't made us a smarter country for doing so. I understand there are all sorts of world pressures that, you know, the companies that were producing here were owned by larger multinationals, so there was a bigger picture that little people like you and I just wouldn't understand. Maybe I can understand why they did it, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that we can't make it go of that sort of thing. So as I say, I'm doing my bit for the economy. We're going to produce garments in Australia for as long as I possibly can and supply them to Australians, if not be able to take them to the world. Why shouldn't we be exporting from one end of the globe to the other? Why should the Chinese be doing it? Or the Pakistanis, or the Bangladeshis, or the Mexicans even? Right? Why can't we, as Australians, become a force to be reckoned with economically? So there's my challenge to you. Buy Australian. We have to fix our economy first before we worry about anybody else's. You know, I'm a parent. I've got kids who are teenagers, even young adults. And really, it's my responsibility as a parent to create opportunities for them, for my kids. Not for somebody else's little bundle of dread and horror. It's not my responsibility to build an economy in some far-flung place where neither myself nor my children will see any economic benefit from it. We need to look after our own. Once again, I'm calling on everybody. It's real easy to go on Facebook and post up how much you're sick and tired of cheap Chinese products. Well, you know what? Within the next 2 weeks, you are going to have the opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. And let's honestly say, because I'll tell you right now, I can't sell you a t-shirt for $6 like they do at Kmart or Woolies or Target or wherever it is. It can't be done. But what we can do is make sure that whatever money we spend stays here. Whatever money we spend actually helps our local communities. Otherwise, we are going to end up in the same shit as this every time there's any sort of blip in the world economy. Every time, without fail. So there you go. There's my latest rant. There'll probably be more to follow from now on. I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so, and we'll catch you later. Hopefully with some big announcements.